What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, Terence Bud Crawford, undefeated, 3-division world champion, 2-division undisputed world champion. Now, the former undisputed welterweight world champion, superstar boxer who is widely acknowledged and recognized as the #1 best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, Terence Crawford, coming off the biggest win of his career, the most lucrative fight of his career, July 29th, Las Vegas, Nevada, T-Mobile Arena, as he took on defeated former unified 3-belt WBA, WBC, IBF welterweight world champion superstar boxer Earl the True Spence Jr., right? He defeated Errol Spence Jr. in a highly anticipated undisputed welterweight showdown. And Terence Crawford is looking for bigger and better things. Now, Terence Crawford has to fulfill his obligations of a rematch clause with Errol Spence Jr. He has a rematch clause, immediate rematch clause with Errol Spence Jr. And Terence Crawford, he explains in a recent interview as he was attending the weigh-in and the fight for close friend, little brother, as he's a mentor to undefeated Olympic silver medalist, 2-division world champion, superstar boxer who's going for a 3rd division, becoming a world champion, is Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson is going to take on Edwin De Los Santos tomorrow night, and Terence Crawford was present, and he did interviews, and he stated that the Errol Spence rematch got pushed back because Showtime has decided to get out the sport of boxing after 37 years of being in the sport. So things have got postponed. They don't know when the date is going to be. Now, Terence Crawford, again, like I said, he dropped Errol Spence in the 2nd round, twice in the 7th round, and stopped him in the 9th round. It was a one-sided dominant performance in favor of Terence Crawford. Many people want to know what's next with Terence Crawford. They're not too keen on the rematch with Errol Spence as the fight unfolded and played out, and they witnessed it. And Terence Crawford set his sights on another mega superstar in the sport, in 4-division world champion Mexican superstar boxer Earl the True Spence, Saul Canelo Alvarez, who's the undisputed super middleweight world champion. He fights at 168. He's widely acknowledged and recognized as one of the faces, if not the face of the sport of boxing. Canelo Alvarez has a record of 60 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout. So Terence Crawford was asked about this. He set his sights on Canelo Alvarez, and he stated that initially, he said that, Canelo Alvarez was too big for him, right? He said it was just too big. He fights at 168. Terence Crawford fights at 147. Terence Crawford states that, he was just saying that because initially he thought about the size, 168. But then he said he's heavy, but he's not big, right? He says Canelo Alvarez is heavy, fights at 168, but he's not a big guy. He's 5'8". He says that he got a 70-inch arm reach. I got a longer arm. I've been saying that. But more importantly, Terence Crawford in his interview revealed that I can take a punch. I'm confident that I can take Canelo Alvarez's punch. You're going to get hit in the fight. It's a boxing match. He said, but I'm confident I could take his punch and I can dish it out. Now, obviously, you don't want to take accumulation of punches from Canelo Alvarez, but he says, I feel like I could take his punch. And I believe Canelo Alvarez packs a massive punch. I think that his combination in his hand speeds is beautiful. But I think that Terence Crawford is quick enough. His reflexes are quick enough. His ring IQ is savvy enough and quick enough. His response time is quick enough that he'll see Canelo Alvarez's punches coming. The punch that hurts you the most is the punch you don't see. Now, if he takes accumulation of punches from Canelo Alvarez, then that could be a problem. There's weight classes for a reason. But Canelo Alvarez is not a big guy, right? Hence the reason why one of those losses was that he lost every single round to Floyd Mayweather, who was started his career at 130, moved up and fought Canelo Alvarez at a catch weight of 152, but at really junior middleweight. No rehydration clause. Canelo Alvarez rehydrated to whatever he so choose to. And Canelo Alvarez, he rehydrated and he lost every round to Floyd Mayweather because it wasn't about the size. It wasn't about the power. It was about the reflexes, the ring IQ, the savviness, and the boxing ability. That's what won Floyd Mayweather fight in his defense. And Terence Crawford can display said type of defense. And he's able to switch from southpaw to orthodox, and he has even longer arms than Floyd Mayweather, and he's a power puncher at this stage of his career. Floyd Mayweather was not. He's 36. Terence Crawford just turned 36 in September. Floyd Mayweather was 36 when he fought Canelo Alvarez, oddly enough. Floyd Mayweather was considered the pound-for-pound best fight in the world. Terence Crawford is considered the best pound-for-pound fight in the world, hands down. So it makes sense for Terence Crawford. I think his savvy enough, his skill set, his arm reach. He got longer arms than Floyd and more power than Floyd, but he's savvy as Floyd Mayweather at this stage of his career. Floyd Mayweather has better defense, but Terence Crawford is very, very savvy, very crafty, and he can outbox Canelo Alvarez and stay away from his power enough, like Floyd Mayweather stayed away from Canelo Alvarez's power enough to be victorious. Right? You're going to get hit. Canelo Alvarez is a Hall of Famer. He's a 4-division champion. He's undisputed. Canelo Alvarez is extremely smart, extremely fast hands, combination puncher, but his downfall, his weakness is his feet are slow. And Terence Crawford will be able to see his punches to be able to take his punches. Again, the punches that hurt you the most is the ones you don't see. I think he'll see all the Canelo Alvarez punches and be able to absorb Canelo Alvarez's punches. So Terence Crawford said, I wouldn't pick this fight with Canelo Alvarez if I didn't think I could take his punches. And like he said, he's heavy, but he's not big. As I stated, Canelo Alvarez at one point in time did fight at welterweight. Now, he campaigned at 154, made that his home, 160 and 68. And then went up to 75 and had a fight against Dimitri Bivol, which he lost all but 3 rounds to Dimitri Bivol. But he did fight and beat Sergey Crusher Kovalev, he jumped from 160 to fight Kovalev at 175. That's 15 pounds. Terence Crawford jumping from 147 to 168 is 21 pounds. So it's a 6-pound difference. And Sergey Kovalev was 6 feet tall with a 75-inch arm reach and a massive puncher. Now, he was considered the weaker link out of all the champions that he faced off against, that he could have faced off, that being Canelo, could have faced off against. Yeah, Artur Beterbiev, and you had Dimitri Bivol at the time, but he chose Sergey Kovalev. He was the weaker of the link. He was the old dog with getting long in the tooth and on his way out. Dimitri Bivol is still young, same age as Canelo, and so is Artur Beterbiev is older. He's 36 or 37. But you understand, Sergey Kovalev was the old dog getting long in the tooth, and Canelo Alvarez was getting outboxed in that fight, and then found his home, found his niche, and then clipped Sergey Kovalev and knocked Sergey Kovalev out. But he was getting outboxed. But it can be done. The point is, it can be done. So he can, Terence Crawford ability and skill set can outbox Canelo Alvarez, who's not 6 feet tall like Sergey Kovalev was 6 feet tall. He's not, he has longer arms. See, Canelo Alvarez, his arms is not as long as Sergey Kovalev. He has Sergey Kovalev 5-inch arm reach advantage over Canelo Alvarez, right? Sergey Kovalev is 5 inches taller than Canelo Alvarez. In this case, Terence Crawford is slightly taller than Canelo and has longer arms than Canelo Alvarez. So he can stay away from Canelo Alvarez's power. So with that said, it can be done. It absolutely can be done, and he's elusive enough. I've been saying this before Terence Crawford said it, and before his team said it. I told Terence Crawford team that I think that they could beat Canelo Alvarez, and they told me I was outside my mind. Now they come to the understanding that, yeah, we can beat Canelo Alvarez. They can stay away from his power enough to beat Canelo Alvarez. So then Terence Crawford goes on to say that, he understands that Canelo Alvarez turned down the thought of fighting himself because he got so much pushback from fighting Jermell Charlo in his last fight, which was September 30th, when Jermell Charlo jumped up from 154 to 168, and Jermell Charlo didn't assert himself, and Canelo Alvarez dropped him in the 7th round, then won a unanimous decision. He said that, Terence Crawford said, Jermell Charlo simply just didn't come to fight. He didn't assert himself. It's going to be completely different with him, which I believe it will be. So I believe Terence Crawford, but again, it's still an uphill task. It's not a walk in the park. It's not a foregone conclusion that he'll win, but he has the ability and skill set and talent to win, which more importantly. So let's see how this unfolds. He said that, he knows Canelo Alvarez is hesitant and has reservation about fighting him because he got so much pushback with Jermell Charlo. And he said that the right price and the right money put on the table, and Canelo Alvarez will be convinced to take the fight. So let's see how it unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. I think that Canelo Alvarez will take the fight. Obviously, they want to match Canelo Alvarez with more so, I don't want to say the winner of David Benavidez and Demetrius Andrade. That's going to take place next week, next Saturday, November 25th. They want to match Canelo with David Benavidez, the Mexican monster, undefeated 2-time WBC super middleweight champion. That's the goal. That's the plan. But if Demetrius Andrade wins, other options will present itself. More so, Terence Crawford fight. So we got to see how it unfolds. But I think enough pressure will be applied to Canelo Alvarez to make this fight with Terence Crawford. So let's see how it unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all in one word. So all I got for y'all, I'm gone. Peace.